California coastline, midday Texas sun, misty rain in the Smoky Mountains, out here on the run. Lights of New York City, streets of Boston town.
What's up, everybody? Setting up here at Walcott for the weekend. We left out last Monday, picked up a load close to Tampa. It went to Little Rock, and then I picked up from Little Rock and went up to Louisville and delivered, and then from there we picked up a load over in Indiana, right across the river from Louisville, and we brought that up here to Rock Island, Illinois, which is basically just right down the street. They tried to give me a load to pick up Friday, but everything that was showing up was in Chicago, and by the time I delivered, we would have been looking at getting into Chicago during rush hour traffic, and then the loads were paying maybe $1,000, $1,200 for the weekend. So I decided, and then, you know, where they were going wasn't really good freight areas anyway. So I decided I'd just go ahead and stay up here at Walcott, and went and looked at loads that were loading Monday, and found one that was basically 10 miles away here from Walcott, down in Buffalo, Iowa, and it's going down south of Springfield. So I'll pick it up on Monday, deliver it Tuesday. Then I went and found a load that is right down in Arkansas, not too far, going up to St. Louis area for Wednesday. And then from there, there's a lot of loads that are out there, but I wanted to wait until Monday to start seeing what fresh comes up. So trying to get back over where it seems all the freight is at. I went home for 4 days and come back out, and I've kind of been noticing that during the day the truck stops are a little bit full. You know, when you pull in to get fuel or just to go in and use the restroom or whatever, I keep an eye on the truck stops. That kind of lets me know what's happening with freight, and that's, you know, it's slowing down. I'm hearing guys say that the rates are going down. They might be, but they're not going down in the particular freight that I'm hauling, because I stay right around the $2 plus mile range. Sometimes it'll drop down to $1.90. But I mean, I'm not going after the $3 a mile freight, because a lot of that's just really short freight. So, you know, it's a short hop. So I try to tend to get something that I pick up one day and can drive a little bit, and then get up early in the morning and go deliver it, and then go do another pickup. I also try to alternate my tarping jobs if I can. It's tough to do that. Sometimes you got to do tarps back to back, but that makes for a really long day. So, but things are still going great. I always say I think this is the best decision I made. Yeah, I did well at Prime, and I see guys right now, they're saying they're doing well over at Prime. I'm happy for them. If that's where they're happy, then, you know, by all means stay there. It was a great place for me to start, but I can tell you that over here at Mercer, I'm driving half the miles and making twice, if not sometimes 3 times the amount of money. Now, granted, I don't have a truck payment anymore because my truck is paid off. I do have a trailer payment, but when you add up all the numbers, my insurance is a quarter of what it was over at Prime for bobtail and for the truck and trailer insurance. I don't have to insure the product. Mercer does that automatically. I don't pay IFTA taxes. Mercer takes care of the IFTA for me. So everything is very well streamlined. I mean, I get paid the next day after I deliver something, so I can get paid 3 or 4 times during the week. And I can honestly tell you that the load that I pulled out of Florida on Monday, what I got paid on that in my pocket would have been a normal week at Prime. I still did 2 more jobs after that. So that's why, I mean, I'm making really good money, and I'm not complaining. Now, it's going to slow down, and I know that. I see it coming, but it hasn't really affected me. It's just like, here I'm taking an entire weekend off, setting up here. Should have got my laundry done today. I got the truck washed, the truck inside, I cleaned it out really good. Did a little bit more work on my APU, had to tighten up a negative cable. I know that where we left off, I had changed out the starter. I went and got an alternator and changed that out myself. And since I've done that, APU's been running great. So I am going to have to take it in and have, I think, a front seal replaced on it eventually. Right now it's not leaking enough oil to worry about it. I mean, I can wipe it down. I wiped it down about 3 or 4 weeks ago and it's still got barely any that it's showing, but it's definitely got a leak. I can see it. That's where we stand. I mean, it's been tough to do videos. I did get a couple pictures when I delivery going into Louisville. I was literally 2 blocks away from where I had to deliver, and a train, it was in motion as I was coming up to the stop, and then the train it stopped, and it literally sat there for 45 minutes. And so I called my coordinator to say, hey, look, I'm 2 blocks away, but I can't go anywhere. I can't back out of here. It was like roads that were heading into like downtown Louisville, so there's not a lot of room to navigate around there. And just that train starts moving, and I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to get ready to go. And here come another train on the tracks, that were closer to me. And so I ended up sitting there for a good hour and a half waiting on trains. So it kind of put me a little bit behind schedule. I mean, I got everything off and was able to go get the next load and stay at the shipper. So it is what it is. That's the thing that I like about it, is that I'm not stressed that I've got to get there by a certain time. All of our appointments have windows in them, and that's what I like. I mean, even the constructions, I had one that was going to a construction site that just was the first load that I pulled out of Florida up in Little Rock, and it was a construction site. It was muddy as could be. My appointment time was supposed to be for 8 o'clock in the morning, but the way things had worked out, by the time they got me loaded, it ended up that there's no way I was going to make it there by 8. I called the customer and said, hey, and not only that, they'd switched to load. I was supposed to take a track, and I ended up taking a weight because another driver refused to take the weight. It was like 44,000 pounds, and he was saying he couldn't haul it. They asked me, like, how much can you haul? I told them I can haul up to 48,000. So they asked me to take the weight, so I did. So it kind of changed my load number. So when I called the guy, like I said, my appointment was for 8, and I finally got a hold of the guy. I said, hey, and I explained to him what they had done. He says, oh, well, we don't have you coming in until 10 o'clock. That was great, So I told him, look, I'll be there 10:30 at the latest. He says, that's fine. So I got in there. I was going to take some footage of it, but it was a muddy mess. It was so bad that they literally had to take a forklift and hook it to my trailer and borrow one of my chains to pull me out of there. I wasn't going anywhere. I mean, I got the super singles on here, and I don't care if I didn't have super singles. It was so bad in there that it was soft. They were going to have to pull me out onto the hard rock to get me out of there. So it worked out, no damage. They got me out of there. Truck got filthy, but I ended up, like I said, waiting until I come up here and got it washed. So, but, I mean, that's where we stand. I mean, things are still going good. I'm glad you guys are tuning in and watching. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. I will try to get some more footage of loading stuff. I've got my GoPro, got it charged up. I've got a couple mounts now that I can set up outside so I can videotape some of the stuff that I'm doing as I'm tarping loads or I'm chaining them down. This next load, I think it's only got to be straps. It's a salt place that I'm picking up. And like I said, I'm going just south of Springfield, Missouri. Prime's home territory there. Delivering there, and then from there I think I'm jumping down to Russellville, pick up a load. I'm hoping I get that load because it puts me up just north of St. Louis, not even about 20-30 miles. So that puts me in St. Louis, which is usually a good freight area. So I can pretty much pick where it is that I want to go from there. Like I said, I wouldn't have minded going into Chicago. I just wasn't going to do it during rush hour. It made no sense to do that. So anyway, hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. I don't care. Stay safe out there and keep it between the ditches. And we'll see you later.